Godak News.
A sudden and significant escalation in the long-standing Israel-Gaza conflict unfolded on Saturday morning as multiple rockets were fired from Gaza into Israel. The rocket attacks triggered sirens in several locations, including the Tel Aviv area, Beersheba, and numerous areas in between. In response to the escalating violence, Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, issued a solemn declaration, stating, "Citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation, not in rounds, at war." This announcement followed a deadly barrage of rockets from Gaza and an incursion by gunmen into Israeli territory. The early morning rocket attacks, described by the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) as massive, resulted in at least one fatality and over 100 individuals injured, according to reports from 2 hospitals. Hamas, the Palestinian militant organization governing Gaza, claimed responsibility for the rocket attack and issued a call for a general uprising against Israel. Hamas military commander Mohammed al-Deif urged people to take action, stating, "If you have a gun, get it out. This is the time to use it. Get out with trucks, cars, axes. Today the best and most honorable history starts." He dubbed the operation Al-Aqsa Storm and cited reasons including attacks on women, the desecration of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, and the ongoing siege of Gaza as motivations for the assault on Israel. According to IDF spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Richard Hecht, Israeli forces are currently engaged in ground combat across multiple locations, including Erez Crossing, Nahal Oz, Megan, Kibbutz Be'eri, Rehim Army Base, Zykim Army Base, Kfar Aza, and Kibbutz Be'eri. The IDF responded to the rocket attacks by targeting a number of targets belonging to the Hamas terrorist organization in the Gaza Strip. To address the escalating situation, the IDF announced the mobilization of thousands of reservists. Authorities have issued warnings to Israelis residing near Gaza, advising them to remain in their homes or seek shelter. The IDF released a statement emphasizing that the Hamas terrorist organization is the sovereign in the Gaza Strip and is responsible for this attack. It will face the consequences and responsibility for these events. Israeli President Isaac Herzog acknowledged the challenging circumstances, stating, "Israel is facing a very difficult moment." He expressed support for the IDF and other security forces, extending encouragement to all Israelis affected by the ongoing attacks. The initial round of rocket attacks occurred at approximately 6:30 a.m. local time, catching many Israelis off guard, as it transpired during a period when most would likely have been asleep. It is a rare occurrence for Palestinian militants to infiltrate Israel from Gaza, a region that is tightly sealed off and under close surveillance by the Israeli military. Reports indicated that infiltrators from Gaza had entered Kibbutz Be'eri, while there were unconfirmed reports of hostages taken in Netiv HaAsra. Social media footage showed masked gunmen in a pickup truck driving through the streets of the Israeli city of Sderot, with audible gunfire in the background. The militant attacks resulted in the loss of at least one life and left at least 15 people wounded in southern and lowland regions of Israel, according to Israel's Magen David Adom Rescue Service. The injured individuals received medical attention, with 2 in critical condition, 6 in moderate condition, and 7 sustaining minor injuries. The situation prompted Magen David Adom to issue an urgent call for blood donations, organizing a special blood donation drive in Tel Aviv. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant conducted security assessments at Israel Defense Forces headquarters in Tel Aviv in response to the crisis. Gaza, one of the world's most densely populated areas, remains isolated with nearly 2 million people confined to a 140-square-mile coastal enclave. Governed by Hamas, Gaza has faced severe restrictions and an Israeli blockade since 2007, controlling its land, air, and sea access. Egypt oversees Gaza's southern border crossing at Rafah. Israel maintains tight control over civilian movement and imports of essential goods into Gaza, contributing to the region's isolated and challenging circumstances.
Godak News.